Hi guys, I'm today's host William. Really glad to be here and thank you everyone for joining today's Link Now event. Before we get started, let me introduce Link Now normally as usual. Link Now is an online event organized by Blocklike and broadcasted in Binance Live. In each Link Now event, we invite builders from a different track to share their blueprints, achievements, future plans, as well as their needs for resources and cooperation. Right now, more than 600 projects have joined us, and we will organize this event from time to time. If you are interested in it, do not hesitate to contact us. Okay, now let's get back to our business. Web3 in 2023, build and bloom. In 2022, the crypto market experienced the darkest moments. And at the same time, we witnessed some historical moments like the merge. Now that the volatile year of 2022 of the crypto market has been ended, with a series of positive signs from the market, the new chapter of 2023 has begun. Today, we invited 8 projects to talk about their innovations, goals, and how they explore and build Web3. And we have prepared some free NFTs and tokens for you guys. You can check out on Ask Kevin's Twitter for more details, or you can go directly to askkevin.com to get those rewards. All the rewards are provided by the projects joining today. Okay, now let's get into today's topic. Web3 in 2023, build and bloom. Our first guest is from Bool Network. Bool Network is a permissionless, fully trustless, and highly scalable cross-chain interoperability protocol based on the multi-party computation, zero-knowledge proof, and trusted execution environment. Anderson, the core developer of Bool Network, will tell us more about Bool. Welcome, Anderson.
Hi guys, this is Anderson, co-developer from Bool Network. Firstly, thanks for the introduction from William, and also big thanks to Blocklike for inviting us to join this valuable streaming and have this opportunity to share with our audiences about the interesting stuff that we're working on recently. So before going on, please let me share in my my screen first. Yeah. So Bool Network is actually an omni-chain interoperability protocol integrated with multi-party computation, trusted execution environment, and zero-knowledge proof. So we define it as a layer-based protocol because it is actually an infrastructure product of the blockchain industry. Their on-chain protocols they can build on top of Bool Network to create their customizable cross-chain base and expand their existing or designing protocols to an omni-chain pattern. And we propose is an innovative private key management mechanism to work as the security mechanism, which can preserve that each cross message passed by Bool Network can be fully trusted, and which is one of the most one of the biggest differentiation of Bool Network with some existing counterparties, because we're actually using the fundamental technologies to preserve the security of cross-chain message. Yeah. So before going straight to Bool Network, I would like to share some opinions about the current situation of the blockchain industry. Since the start of DeFi summer in 2020, we have witnessed a relatively complete industry cycle and have experienced both the bullish market and bearish one. Although we are not quite clear that the latter one has come to an end, we are glad that after all those volatile and tough times, the industry and we are still here and becoming more robust. The good news is that with the adoption of multiple cutting-edge technologies, more advanced blockchains have been published to enhance the performance of on-chain activities from different aspects, such as efficiency, the cost, privacy, scalability, and etc. However, a natural limitation of blockchain system is that to emphasize full-on security, each blockchain lacks the ability to communicate with external systems. This issue has gradually emerged with the expansion of the whole industry. Some of you may have encountered such a situation where to interact with dApps on a new blockchain, traditionally you have to use a centralized exchange service to move some of your assets from the original blockchain, for example, Israel mainnet, to a new one such as Aptos. However, it is definitely not a native approach to address the problem, right? Even regardless of complexity, security, and service fee, right? It is not decentralized. So for the industry, we definitely need a native and decentralized approach to address the cross-chain communication issue, and we need a better solution to integrate the independent blockchains in the whole ecosystem. So that's the reason some of you may have seen that there are multiple interoperability protocols and cross-chain breaks. They have emerged to the industry in the recent years, and including Bool network, all of us are actually specialized to connect the existing blockchains in the system, such as event compatible layer 1s and layer 2s, non-event blockchains, and also some non-smart contract blockchains such as Bitcoin. Yeah. So in terms of the protocol side, Bool network is an interoperability protocol that is similar to some prominent ones such as Wormhole, Layer 0, map protocol. And technically speaking, the interoperability protocol is an emerging type of infrastructure in the blockchain industry. Different from some traditional infrastructures, such as the RPC service, helping off-chain users to efficiently interact with on-chain ecosystems. Interoperability protocols are specialized to enable on-chain applications to send messages across different blockchain systems, and thus enable these applications to raise sync and write status on remote chains. Just for example, with Bool network, some omni-chain protocols such as cross-chain DAX, cross-chain lending and borrowing protocols, omni-chain NFT, and cross-chain farming strategy protocols can also, all of them can just build on top of Bool network. And Bool network is designed as highly scalable, which means it is chain agnostic. It has the ability to connect not only blockchains within the EVM compatible ecology, it can also connect EVM compatible blockchains with non-EVM compatible blockchains. And also, one of the most big distinguished stuff is that Bool network can connect non-smart contract blockchains such as Bitcoin to others. Yeah. So next I will show you guys about an overview of the infrastructure of Bool network. So three underlying technologies, as I mentioned before, is multi-party computation, trust execution environment, and zero-knowledge proof. They works as the fundamental basis for us to build such a permissionless, truly decentralized messaging protocol. And another one is the off-chain messaging protocol, because as you know, to finish a cross-chain message, when some message has been like emitted on the source chain, you need some off-chain message module to pass the message to ensure that the kind of message cannot be changed. And you have to have some rules to deliver those transaction to its corresponding decimal chain, right? So in terms of the off-chain messaging module, Bool network, or the messaging module of Bool network, consists of three main parts. So one is Bool chain. It is public chain that is used as a distributed ledger to record some core information that should be recorded within our messaging module. And the second one is dynamic hidden committee, because as I mentioned, we propose an innovative private key decentralized distributed private key management scheme to preserve the security of cross-chain message. And dynamic hidden committees are actually those managers of private keys, and they can use the private keys to verify and sign that each transaction message is not changed. And each committee and each dynamic hidden committee consists of multiple MPC nodes. because for each private key under the management of dynamic hidden committee, the private key will be distributed into shares at the creation of committee. Yeah, and whenever a committee needs to send or to sign some cross-chain message, the MPC nodes, the majority control this dynamic hidden committees, will use the private keys, their private key shares stored in their T hardwares to manually sign the cross-chain message content and generates a signature that can be verified on the destination chain. Yeah, so the last component of our message module is external layers. For external layers, they are not responsible for the security of cross-chain message. They only need to they only need to submit those message have been verified by our committees and submit those transactions to destination. Yeah, so they are the roles who helps to deliver help to finish the last step of a delivery of cross-chain message. Yeah. So apart from the master module, we actually deploy a series of primary contracts on each blockchain that we are supporting. Because as you know, to have some on-chain smart contract to use the master module, you need to have some smart contract to help them to facilitate the communication between the off-chain smart contract and off-chain master module, right? So that's the reason why we design our infrastructure layer on chain to help those on-chain applications to communicate with Bool network. And secondly, each off-chain message submitted to some destination chain, they need to be verified that whether the content of message is legitimate, which means it's not changed or not. Yeah. So the most important on-chain verification mechanism is also defined with our infrastructure layer. And the last is the application layer, which includes all the on-chain smart contracts they built on top of Bool network. Yeah. So next, I'd like to show you guys about how a cross-chain message module, how a cross-chain message channel looks like, how we can use our off-chain dynamic hidden committee and the private key under its management to preserve that the message submitted to the on-chain smart contract can be fully trusted. So first one, each message channel within Bool network that is one-to-one binding, which means that each on-chain smart contract built on top of Bool network, they are uniquely controlled by a unique private key in Bool network. And as you mentioned, as you can see in the diagram, committee refers to the components in our off-chain message module, right? And at the creation of each committee, it will be assigned with a unique private key to be under its management. And the private key is divided into shares and will be stored in the T hardwares of the MPC nodes. Yeah. And the anchor in the diagram is actually a smart contract that I show you guys here. It is one of the infrastructure layer. It is used to help those on-chain smart contract to communicate with Bool network, and also it will execute the necessary on-chain verification mechanism to ensure that the cross-chain message submitted to its corresponding on-chain smart contract is correct. Yeah. So just for example, there's cross-chain message sent from a source chain, and when committee captures this message, it will have its MPC nodes to sign the content of message together, and with the private key shares and the MPC algorithm, and given to the content of the message, a complete signature will be generated by the corresponding private key, right? And the external layer will submit the content of a message and the signature to the corresponding anchor on the destination chain. And when the anchor receives such a combo of information, which includes message and signature, so based on the content of the message, anchor will execute the online verification mechanism to recover the signer of the signature. Because as I mentioned, each master channel in Bool network, they are one-to-one bounding, which means that at the deployment of Anchor, it will be uniquely bounding to a public address of the committee. Yeah, so when Anchor receive this message, it will recover the signer of the signature to verify that whether signer of this signature is actually the public address. It's actually the public address of the committee that is binding to itself, right? Yeah. So after verification has been passed, the Anchor will submit or will forward the content of the message to the on-chain smart contract connecting to it, and the on-chain smart contract can actually execute the rest logic. Yeah. Through this procedure, you can intuitively feel that each on-chain smart contract is actually managed by the private key is actually managed by the private key in Bool network, and all this process is actually facilitated by our underlying technologies, including MPCAT and ZKP. Yeah. So next, I'm going to show you guys a quick demo about how you can construct cross-chain bridge on Bool network. So just as I mentioned, to build a cross-chain bridge, you have to create several committees, right? Because those committees are actually safeguards of your message channel. Yeah. So now I'm going to create a simple cross-chain bridge that will consist of two cross-chain channels, which means the cross-chain bridge to be created will support the message transmission between two blockchains. Yeah. And in general, the creation process of committee will take like 1 to 2 minutes. So to save time, I'm going to use two committees that are created early today to finish the deployment. Yeah. So after, suppose that you have finished the creation of committees, next would be the deployment of your infrastructure layer, or to deploy those Anchor smart contracts. I'll name this bridge as demo, and say I want this blockchain to connect two blockchains. One is called Polygon Buy, and another one will be Optimism Glory. And by clicking this deploy button, I'm actually deploying an Anchor smart contract that will serve my smart contract on Polygon Buy, and it works as the on-chain medium to help my smart contract to communicate with Bool network, and also it will execute it. It will act as the safeguard to make sure that each transaction I received on Polygon Buy can be fully trusted, because it has been signed by a committee within Bool network. Yeah. So after the deployment of the Anchor smart contract or Polygon Buy, I'm going to repeat this process and deploy another Anchor smart contract to Optimism Glory. And just to mention that the cross-chain bridge in Bool network is not limited to connect only two blockchains. It can be further expanded to integrate more. Yeah. And so the number of blockchains that you can connect to your cross-chain bridge is actually depends on how many blockchains have been supported by Bool network. Yeah. So for the demo purposes, I'm just going to create a simple one. And lastly, will be you have to submit the information of your cross-chain bridge to Bool network, because we have to record those information. And this transaction is actually interaction with Bool chain, because all the information of cross-chain bridge built on top of Bool network will be recorded on our public chain, Bool chain. Yeah. So that's basically the short demo about how a developer can build a cross-chain within our explorers. So as you may see, that's quite efficient, right? Last, a few words about our progress. So in December of last year, we just launched our testnet, as you just see that, which allows the external developers to build their cross-chain protocols on Bool network and test their cross-chain functionalities. And secondly, is that, as I mentioned, Bool network is highly scalable. It can not only connect event compatible blockchains. It can also connect heterogeneous blockchains. So now we are we're integrating event compatible blockchains to non-EVMs such as Solana, and also we are trying to bridge BTC from Bitcoin to Ethereum to event compatible blockchains. So yeah, so that's basically the two main directions that we are working on. And if everything goes well, we'll probably launch our Bool mainnet beta version. So it will support, enable our external developers to deploy their cross-chain base on mainnets, on multiple mainnets. Yeah, so that's basically some progress about the Bool network. And because time is kind of limited, I've stopped here. And if you are interested about Bool network, please feel free to contact us. And also just mention that our fundraising channel is still open. So yeah, thanks for watching today.
Thanks for sharing, Anderson. Looking forward to Bool Network's next move. Okay, our next project is MetaSystem. MetaSystem is building Web3 application platform which motivates people joining Web3 world, which aims to discover the opportunities and provide Web3 services to billions of users with crypto and AI tech. Today, MetaSystem senior researcher Sophia will show us how it works. Hi, Sophia. It's your time right now.
大家好，我是 Sophia， 很高兴作为 MetaSystem 亚太社区的一员，来到这个币安直播，和大家一起来解读 MetaSystem。那由于我们今天的大部分用户群体是属于这个亚太地区的，所以我们解读也是用中文来进行阐释。好，那我们今天的解读呢，大概是分为3个部分。那第一部分呢，我们会结合 MetaSystem 的官网来了解 MetaSystem 的基本概要。那第二个呢，我们会重点的去探索 MetaSystem 的生态系统和生态拓展。那第3部分呢，我们会来了解一下 MetaSystem 的运营策略和发展规划。好，那我们现在开始我们的第一趴。通过这个标语 Collecting Web3 and AI World， 我们可以了解到MetaSystem 是一个 Web3 的应用平台。那在这个平台呢，包括3个组成部分。第一部分就是 MetaSystem 会发现这个 Crypto 和 AI 行业里面比较高质量的项目。它立志呢就是和币安 Labs 一样。挖掘这个行业的潜力项目，并给予支持和发展，来促进整个 Crypto 和 AI 行业的发展。这是它的第一部分。第二部分呢，它会给所有的 B 端的产品和 B 端的项目来提供多元化的服务组件。那这个组件呢，它又包括2个部分。第一部分是基础设施层的，比方说这个公链或者是钱包。那第二个部分呢是应用层的，就是我们常说的 DAPP 比方说 DEX， 是吧？就是一个去中心化的交易平台。那最后呢 MetaSystem 它是非常崇尚这个开放包容的理念的，所以无论对于是这个 MetaSystem 内部的这个生态，还是外部的生态，大家都是持非常欢迎和开放的这样的一个理念。好，那关于 MetaSystem 的3个主要组成部分我们就说到这儿。接下来我们会逐一的去解读它每一部分做的这个具体的事宜。好，那我们就来到我们的第一趴，就是 MetaSystem 它在找到和帮助这些行业里面有潜力的项目之后呢，它会从这4个维度上面去给到支持第一个维度呢就是 funding 就是一个产品它无论是在能启动的过程中，还是在中后期发展拓展的过程中MetaSystem 都可以给它提供这样的资金支持。 那第一个方面呢是这个 network 啊，就是全球的这些资源啊，无论是人才还是资源啊，都可以配置给这个项目或者是产品上面。那第三个呢叫做 growth 啊，这个增长它也是分两部分哈，一部分是这个全球项目的或者产品的用户增长，那另一方面是企业啊或产品组内部的团队的规模增长啊，在这两个方面的增长呢 Mentor System 都会给予到支持。那最后呢是一个 advisory 啊，就是为什么会有 advisory 这个选项呢？是因为 Mentor System 它最早期啊是做这个技术开发的一些平台，所以它其实在 Web2 有非常多的这样的企业和 B 端的资源。那目前世界上的大的发展趋势呢，就是这些企业都得向这个数字化经济来转型啊。但是呢，这个 Web3 的行业确实认知门槛又比较高，所以 Mentor System 就推出了这个 advisory 的服务，给到这些传统的 B 端的企业啊，甚至是 Web3 里面的一些想要去发展自己产品的创业组织或者是这个产品组啊，它都可以给到支持。好，那现在我们来到这个第二趴，也就是来剖析一下 Mentor System 这个多元化服务组件是指什么。在这里呢，我们重点的去剖析它的应用层啊，就是一个 DAPP 的应用啊，这个应用叫做 Hong Kong Swap。那我们首先来看 Hong Kong Swap 是干什么的哈，这里有它的简介。Hong Kong Swap 呢是全球首个聚合了法币支付、这个交易、质押啊、永续合约、NFT、跨链等的这样一个聚合型交易型平台Hong Kong Swap 呢，它有两个大的亮点是值得我们去关注的。那第一个亮点呢，是我们刚才我说过了，它聚合了链上几乎所有的功能，这个包括 staking pools、liquidity pools、payments、DEX、airdrops、NFT、notaries 和 crossing， 这是市面上没有任何一个 swap 能做到的， Hong Kong Swap 做到了这是它非常大的产品和技术亮点。那第二个亮点是什么呢？第二个亮点是它在营销上面采用了非常人的这个方式我们都知道这种 DeFi 类的产品其实对于 Web3 尤其是对于 Web2 的用户的参与和交互门槛其实非常高，很多人也想玩也想赚钱，但是呢他没办法参与进去，他不知道怎么参与进去。那 Hong Kong Swap 呢就看到了这样的一个市场痛点问题，所以他推出了非常巧妙的选择了一个工具这个工具呢是一个非常轻量级的趣味性的，然后众所周知的一个 IP 叫做 Incubator， 也就是愤怒的小鸟这个相信大家都听过。通过这样的轻量级的工具，你只要在这个游戏里面和玩游戏你就能够去认知认可到这个一路的交易，并且去获得 Hong Kong Swap 的平台代币，一站式全部完成。这个举措可谓是开创了整个 Web3 的一个先河之前很多我们 Web3 的产品企业都不知道怎么去把 Web2 更好的融合进来。那 Hong Kong Swap 通过这样子的 Web2 都熟知的 IP 的这样的一个工具性产品，使得他们非常低门槛的、无私的、顺滑的就这样的进入到了这个 Web3 并且在 Hong Kong Swap 上面进行交易这个举措就得到了市场上非常多用户的好评，并且和大力支持都反馈给了这个 Mentor System。 这也是为什么 Mentor System 会选择这个 Hong Kong Swap 作为它首个 Web3 的 DeFi 的这个产品的一个最主要的原因就是因为它这样的一个创新型举措。那同时确实这个市场也没有辜负我们这个 Mentor System 的这样的期待，在 Incubator 和 Hong Kong Swap 这两方的助力的这个配合下市场反响非常好，这也能够去坚信它以后会成为破圈的 一个最大的一个杠杆点一个支点我们相信未来航空 swap 会找到更多这样子的轻量级的工具来协作来合作，共同呢去把这个航空 swap 的用户做起来，共同呢来赋能这个整个 mental system 的生态系统。好，那这一部分我们就讲到这儿。最后我们来看一看 mental system 的第3趴，也就是呢了解一下它是如何贯彻它这个开放性的理念的。那为了去贯彻这个理念呢 mental system 特意设立了自己的头人部门foundation， 也设立了自己的资金，针对于无论是 mental system 内部的这样的生态系统，还是外部的这样的生态系统，它都可以给到以下这4个方面的支持。那第一个方面还是这个 funding business growth and professional consultation，主要还是在资金这个商业模型和专业的一些指导上面给到的支持。那第二个方面呢，就涉及到这个 marketing global expansion和 community等等这些的全球性的市场拓展和社区用户的增长等等这方面。这2个方面看起来呢是最基本的，但是它也是最扎实的和最重要的一部分任何产品都离不开这2部分。那第3部分呢，它会提供一些 technical and project guidance， 会提供一些技术和产品类方面的一些支持。那最后呢，它会提供一些 network and ecosystem， 提供整个系统里面的一些资源进行配置。如果你有一个非常好的 idea， 你可以申请，它可以帮你从0到1进行实现。如果你身边或你自己身上已经有了初具模型的产品，它可以帮助你从1到100进行拓展这个就是整个 mental system 的所有的3个组成部分，我们就解读完毕了。好，我们现在来讲 mental system 的第2节，也就是它的运营策略和一些发展规划。那 mental system 的运营策略呢，其实是分线上和线下2条路并走，互相结合，相辅相成的。它的线上主要是聚焦在 Twitter、TG、Discord、Medium 和 YouTube 这5个频道。那 TG 和 Discord 主要是用来给他们的用户进行互相的交流的一个平台。那 Twitter 充当的是一个官方的公告中心你可以在这里获得第一手的信息动态。而 Medium 呢是进行文字的沉淀，这个 YouTube 呢是进行深度的内容沉淀。针对亚太地区 mental system 非常贴心的在 Mersbit 开放了自己的这个中文专栏Mersbit 也就是我们之前熟知的火星财经。好，我们现在来逐步的看一下这几个频道首先是 Twitter 我们可以在 Twitter 上面看到，其实 mental system 最近是非常活跃的，并且在和一些优质的产品做联合的活动，比方说 Netbox 和 BNB 券这个都是非常优质的一些产品上了大所必安的然后这个它同时还参与了这些知名的媒体举办的 Twitter Space 和机构举办的英文 Space， 也和非常多的一些优质产品达成了这种战略性的合作这是 Twitter。 那 Medium 呢，它会沉淀一些比较有深度的一些文章内容大家都可以点击进去查看。针对亚太地区呢大家可以进 Mersbit 也就之前的火星财经在这个专栏能够去看得到甚至一些新闻和快讯都会有。那 YouTube 呢是它的一些内容视频上面的东西这就是整个这个 mental system 线上运营的5个频道。那线下怎么做呢？线下它主要是做这种全球型的开展，小的 meetup 活动啦，像大的峰会活动啦，像香港这种大家都知道在4月份会非常火爆的区块链周这种我们到时候大家也能看到 mental system 在上面做各种评宣，以这种方式多场景的去触达各种用户，那包括新加坡、日本、迪拜 都会做，所以在运营上面上 Mentor System 的总体策略就是线上和线下的一个结合。好，最后呢，我们来看一下 Mentor System 的生态部分。相信大家已经在这个 Twitter 上面能看到一些了。在这个上面呢，他们也做了一些汇总它的生态的汇总，比方说 Mentor System 联合 OKLink 做了这个中文的 Space， 他也做客了其他的一些 Space， 做了一些活动 AMA 的活动，和非常多优质的这种项目和产品达成了各种战略性合作，以后将会从市场营销、产品业务各种的活动上达成多维度多方面的一些合作。好，那今天关于 Mentor System 呢，我们就解读在这儿欢迎大家呢持续的关注 Mentor System 的 Twitter 来获得第一手信息。好，非常感谢大家的聆听。
Thank you, Sophia. I'm really excited about how Meta System will impact Web3 world. Thanks for coming. Okay. Our next project is Smart Finance. Smart Finance mission is to promote the global GameFi and integrate Web3-based value internet into the society in a simple and efficient way. And it will allow users to quickly and easily earn investment returns from participating in GameFi and Web3 social networking. Smart Finance community lead James will tell us more details. Hi, James. You can start right now.
Hello everyone, it's an honor to be here with you all. Today we're going to talk about the booming GameFi industry and the new platform that's making waves in the crypto world, Smart Finance. The crypto industry has grown tremendously over the past couple of years, and one of the biggest drivers is the GameFi industry. From 2021 to 2022, the total investment in blockchain games increased by 84%, reaching a total of $5.4 billion. Smart Finance is an automatic strategy protocol focusing on games and NFT products. Its mission is to promote global GameFi and integrate Web3-based value internet into society in a simple and efficient way. So let's look at Smart Finance in more detail. Okay, so Smart Finance's mission is to promote global GameFi and integrate Web3-based value internet into society in a simple and efficient way. While achieving these goals, Smart Finance will allow its users to quickly and easily earn investment returns from participating in the GameFi and Web3 social networking. It is expected that Smart Finance will be the largest traffic portal in the Web3 world and the top DAO of blockchain games. Okay, next I just want to mention SSwap. SSwap is one of the core functions. Users can stake, farm, and trade via SSwap. Users can complete NFT secondary market trading, token exchange, and provide liquidity with SSwap. Staking is the easiest way to earn tokens on Smart Finance, and Smart Finance will regularly screen out the GameFi projects with high earning potential in the market for users to choose from. Users need to deposit 10% of their total investment in the GameFi pool, and from an extra LP pair of Smart to USDT to withdraw earnings. Okay, next we're going to look at the games list. Smart Finance encourages top performing GameFi teams to launch GameFi projects with high playability and reasonable tokenomics. On game list, users can vote on whether to launch them through SDAO, the decentralized self-regulatory organization. In this way, NFT game users not only acquire game value from GameFi projects, but can also be used to participate in all sorts of NFT DeFi. The details will be disclosed in the smart NFTs. Okay, moving on to the next topic. We're going to be discussing the smart NFTs. Users can buy and sell various NFTs in smart finance, including character NFTs, prop NFTs, etc. This allows users to enjoy the convenience and wealth effect brought by the capitalization of game value. The platform will open the NFT staking mining further. The platform will open the NFT staking mining function, i.e., users will be rewarded with smart tokens according to their transaction volume in smart NFT. In the initial stage, all the game assets will be launched fairly in the form of smart NFT. Smart tokens will be released through smart NFT staking. Next, I just want to mention the S launch. Users can participate in the investment of new GameFi projects with S launch. Users who hold a certain amount of smart for a certain period of time will be eligible to invest in new GameFi projects. The details will be decided by the SDAO, the decentralized self-regulatory organization, by votes later. Next, I just want to talk about the smart network. Smart Finance will launch the smart network 90 days after the community genesis phase. All the smart holders will be able to participate in the blockchain server provided by Smart Finance and become a validation node. The validation node in Smart Finance's blockchain server will be part of the largest decentralized gaming network, and the total number of 40,000 will remain fixed. Becoming a node requires 10,000 smart tokens. Each validation node will gain benefits from the vault. Each validation node is locked for 90 days, after which users can choose to cancel their status and retrieve their staked smart. They can also choose to continue being a validation node and enter the next lock-in period. Each validation node has a specified code. For every 50 validation node codes generated, users will need to stake 0.1% more tokens to get a new node. The code will not change a user's status, i.e., withdrawing from or continuing to be a validation node. The dividend weight of a node will not be affected by the number of smart staked. Moving on to the next section, we're going to talk about smart tokens. Smart is the native token which is fairly launched. It is only produced through smart NFT without any reservation or pre-mining. Smart is the driving force behind the smart finance ecosystem. Users have 3 mining choices to get smart tokens. First, users can stake through smart NFT to get a 7-day smart genesis mining period. After the 7 days, the release of smart will be adjusted and the project will officially enter the community genesis phase. Each block generates 300 smart. which will be halved every 90 days until the total output reaches 622.08 million smart tokens. This is just a closer look at our smart output. The output of smart is divided into two main phases, the Genesis mining phase and the community Genesis phase. Smart finance also has a deflationary model in place. Yeah, so if you're interested in GameFi and you're looking for a new platform to explore, be sure to check out Smart Finance. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, James. Hope Smart Finance reaches the goal and bring more people into Web3 world. Okay, our next project is Crypto PhD. Crypto PhD is an experienced incubator accelerator for crypto business since 2019, which explores Web3 and boosts blockchain startups to build, grow, and succeed. Today, its co-founder, 0xBan, will talk about what the basic ideas of the Web3 community are. Welcome, 0xBan.
Hi everyone, this is 0xBan here. I'm the co-founder of the Crypto PhD. So what we are doing is we're doing an incubator. We're trying to help our Web3 and especially the blockchain and Web3 community. We're trying to get it to be boosted on the next level. So yes, so thanks to Blocklike invite us as the guest. Invite me as a guest today. I'm so happy to meeting all of you guys. And yes, please let me to introduce myself. So actually myself, I joined Crypto PhD back in 2019. It is the year that we founded this accelerator, which is back in Singapore, and we have been operating for like 4 years, 4 years and almost 5 years now, and we have been boosted more than like 100 projects to be listed on the exchanges, or even there's some NFT projects we do have helped them out in marketing, and they have a good reputation in the Web3 world as well. So. Yeah, pretty much in the last 4 years, we've been helping out a lot of different projects. And yeah, thanks for everyone that with us until today. So, after all the bad happens to the market, and last year was a lot of things happen, but yeah, no, like we're still hanging here, like we make it to today. So today, please allow me to introduce our incubator, Crypto PhD. All right, share the screen to you guys. Oh well. So basically long thing short. We are basically the professional and experienced blockchain incubator. Like what we are helping out everyone now is we are exploring in Web3 and also boosting all the crypto projects to be build and go and succeed. Build and go succeed is one of our slogan, and we hope that can inspire like all of our Web3 project to be have a good outstanding in I hope all the Web3 project can be success in one day. And if you do need help, you can just come to us. Like we are so much more than happy to help you guys out. Right. So back on the deck. So that's our deck, which is our slogan, which I just mentioned earlier. And about us, introduce to you what we offer. Right. So pretty much from the first beginning, when we step into a project, when we're going to help our project, we will definitely use our copywriter and use our research team. We will send them to invest at your project first. So we do provide a lot of opportunity, and for all the early investment, which means if you do have any funding issues, if you want to get some funds, hit us up and we can help you out with all the VCs, help you to get together. And let's go to the next. All right, so the advantage, pretty much we've been helping out with like more than 30 past GameFi project and 10 past DeFi project and 10 past NFT project. But on top of it, actually we have experience in the operation of the blockchain project as well, like the DAO and a lot of other things that you just name it, man. And also we got rich, high quality project resources, which means we can make you, we can make your project adapt into the Web3 pretty much. We will help you out with all other projects to make a cooperation together. So that's a good way to boost your project. Boost the voice, right? And also, of course, the PR relationship and the strong industrial, the strong industry sensitively. Of course, the deep understanding of Web3 projects, one of our advantage, as I just mentioned, we've been starting our startup as the incubator since 2019. So it's been like 4 years of the fully operation of us. Oh wow! So what we can do, like the business scope will be pretty much what is showing up on here. For example, the crisis management. That's one of the important thing that we need to make sure, especially in the dark forest of the Web3, right? The crisis management is one of the things will help you out. For example, we give you out the advice in Discord management to make sure your Discord will not get hacked. For example, your blockchain of your smart contracts. Well, we have our team. They can review your they can review your blockchain. They can review your your smart contract to make sure your smart contract is up and running and with no error. Of course, we have a strong relationship and we have strong partnership with some audit company, for example, Zebec and like some other as well. Right. So yes, pretty much. Also, like we have got a lot of partner, as you can see. We have a strong press resources as well. So we will help you out in all the media, copywriting, and just get your voice up in the Web3. And of course, a lot of list of the KOLs and YouTuber, even Telegram group, Telegram community. And that's some of our case highlight. I'm not gonna display a lot, but like that's the way that we are making sure that your community is like fully function and and will be popular. The last thing is where to find us. So we have got like more than 50 staff members right now. So our team is all around the world. Like we are working remotely. So for example, myself, I'm living in New Zealand, and I be with remote working with all our colleagues, and we try to find us. What I want to mention to you is. With our team, we have more than 50 staff members. They're from like around the world. They're from different countries, because we want to make sure your project can be localized in no matter what culture. Like for example, if you do interesting in like operate, get a project to be listed, or to be popular in the USA market, we do have our team member living in working in the United States, and they can help you out with that. And for example, for me, so I live in New Zealand. So if you want any if you want to know any ideas about like how the country works and how much Web3 opportunities that you can get in different countries, or or even in Africa or wherever, just contact us. So we're more than happy to talk with you, to help you out, especially like we are the Web3 builder. We try to do something for everyone else. So the way to find us is pretty simple. Just go to Twitter. Our Twitter is CryptoPhD 2019. All right. So if you want to get in touch with us, pretty simple. Go on Twitter and look up CryptoPhD 2019. Just give us a message. Just DM us. We're happy to help you out. Thanks. And good morning, good night, whatever, to all the Blocklike watcher. I hope you have a good day, have a good night, have a good morning, and hopefully this year gonna be a biggest bull run for us and for the crypto market as well. Oh well, keep building.
Thank you, Zebec. You really have delivered some interesting points. Thanks for coming. Our next project is Zebec. Zebec is a multi-chain continuous settlement protocol. Today, a senior account executive, JJ Ortiz, will tell us more about Zebec and its tax chain, Nautilus chain. Hello, JJ Ortiz. It's real time right now.
Hey guys, what's going on? My name is JJ. I'm the senior account executive here at Zebec. Super excited to talk to you guys, and thanks for having me on. Really appreciate being here on Blocklike. And so on here I'm gonna give you guys kind of like a quick breakdown of Zebec, what we're doing, kind of like a background on our history, kind of how we came about, everything that we have done, accomplished, and I guess our history, especially since last year was our first full year operating as a project, company in Web3. And then, yeah, I'm also going to touch on, kind of some of the things we're building, in terms of just, the Zebec card, the Zebec chain, or the Nautilus chain, as we like to call them. And then kind of like a brief, kind of breakdown of all the ecosystem that, we've been partnering up, all the kind of blockchains we've been working on, the reason why we started to develop our own blockchain, and yeah, some of the things that we're currently working on, just so you guys know a little bit more about us and what we're doing. So yeah, let's get it started. So for those of you guys that don't know anything about Zebec, so we're a multi-chain continuous settlement protocol built on, well, we started off in Solana, but we ultimately deployed on BNB chain, and we are also on Near protocol. So continuous settlement protocol, that's a lot of fancy words, honestly. What I like to call it is just, streaming finance. So I think, the best way to describe streaming finance and how we, or the whole project, came about was because, people here in the States, they get paid through ACH every 2 weeks, right? So, a normal person here, usually in the States, they get paid twice a month. Some people, most people I've talked to internationally, they get paid once a month. So nobody really knows why. I mean, whenever I joined Zebec, which was March 2022, one of the, when I was talking to the founder of the company, one of the things he kind of mentioned to me was like, why do you get paid twice a month usually? And I just didn't know how to respond. I just thought that was the way things were, and that's how it is, so I didn't really know why. And I think nobody really knows why. It's just a thing that has just always been existing, and that's just how things go. So with the introduction of blockchain technology, this is something that can be changed, right? So people, instead of getting paid twice a month or once a month, so right, you're working 30 days or 15 days, and then you get paid on day or 14 days you're working, and then you get paid on day 15, or you're working 30 days and then you get paid on day 31st. Like, that seems kind of, stupid. I mean, you're just lending your work, right? So, the with blockchain technology and the introduction of it, people can get paid now real time. So as they're working, you go, so let's say right now I'm working, I don't have to wait until March 15th to get paid. I'm getting paid right now, and if I wanted to withdraw some money, I can withdraw some money. So that's kind of like the beauty of blockchain itself, and that's how Zebec, kind of began, just based off that, small concept, and that concept can be applied basically through a lot of like, processes that go on within Web3, right? So everything from like, obviously payroll, right? So you're paying people in USDC and then distributing it per second, but also like token distribution, token vesting. These are things where it's, at the end of the day, you're distributing tokens. Usually they're distributed like on a, lump sum transaction at a certain date and time. But now you could do it on a per second basis. So if you're a project and you're distributing airdrops, you can do it on a per second basis, rather than just, taking your time and just sending a MetaMask to MetaMask transaction or Phantom to Phantom. You can automate this process as well, and it's good for both, the person sending the transaction, right? Because he can just set it and forget it. And then it's also nice for, the receiver, because they can get their assets, that's USDC or whatever SPL, BEP20 token they want. They can get it on a per second basis, so they can withdraw it at any time. They don't have to basically wait for them to receive their money. Excuse me. So that's kind of like a quick intro on, kind of how Zebec works. So project started back in October of 2021, 2021. And then we were very blessed. We raised 40 million in VC backing. So we, that's one of the reasons I joined the company, because we were a unicorn at a certain point. I think we still are. We raised 40 million in a blockchain like Solana, where we first started our protocol. And then we, kept expanding to, we then deployed eventually onto BNB. And this year, last month, we deployed on the Near protocol. So, some of the things we've been working on, after raising the 40 million that you guys might not know, we partner up with Visa and their fast track program. So they basically helped us get connected to a bank called Unbanked, and they're helping us, release the Zebec card. So that's, very big news. So we actually last week, not even last week, maybe a couple of days ago, we actually released the beta in the EU. So people out there in the EU, 25 users right now currently have the card and are testing the card, which is, phenomenal, just because it's giving people the ability to pay and buy goods and services with their cryptocurrencies. This is Solana based card, so USDC, CVC tokens, and Solana tokens. They're able to purchase stuff in real life. So super cool on that. Last year we partnered up with 150 different projects within the BNB and the Solana ecosystem. So we do have a very big kind of broad ecosystem across those two blockchains, and it's something every day we're just basically trying to just develop, right? So we were a Solana based project from the beginning, so since October 2021, since our inception. And then a couple of weeks prior to the FTX crash, we had decided that BNB was going to be the next blockchain we were going to deploy with. There was a lot of demand for us in there, and a lot of people kept asking for us to go to BNB. So we decided to that it would be the best, it would be just the best option to just move out there. So we deployed over there. It's been phenomenal. We've been working with a lot of great projects out there. But yeah, I guess, another thing that happened Q4, other than the FTX thing, and us moving onto BNB, was that we saw that, we can't depend on one blockchain, right? So FTX owned a lot of Solana. And, when FTX crashed, we saw how kind of Solana, a lot of liquidity left that ecosystem. And anything can happen at a certain time, right? And especially in this kind of industry we're in. So we decided that it'd be best if we started kind of creating our own blockchain. So that is where the Zebec chain, or how we're calling it now, the Nautilus chain, and I'll kind of get a little deeper into that in a bit, came about. So we partnered up with Eclipse, who's a customizable rollups provider for developers building, decentralized apps. And then they're basically helping us build this blockchain out. We're trying to basically just revolutionize how people, look at blockchains and whatnot. Fast transactions, very scalable, and just, trying to provide other, options for projects out there. But also we definitely want our product suite to live on our own blockchain, and hopefully, with our products, us trying to reach Web2 companies, as we just did. We're working on acquiring a couple payroll companies here in the States. As we basically, have a lot of people use in the Web3 and Web2 space our products, they can kind of onboard into our blockchain by default. Same with any projects that want to build on us. So when we first started, again in Q4 of last year, we released the CPOC node NFTs. So for those of you who don't know, the CPOC node NFTs are basically an NFT that's going to basically guarantee you the right to have a node once the Zebec chain goes live. So if you guys own a node and you guys are a part of the blockchain, you guys get rewards for, that node validating the transactions. So obviously the chain is not live, but one of the cool things we did was, because we have we're blessed enough to have a big treasury, we separated a part of those, just of that money, so around 2 to 4 million, dedicated for rewarding members of the community that purchase that CPOC node NFT. So whenever anybody buys a CPOC node NFT, let's say I buy one right now, I'm going to receive CBC and USDT as rewards every single day. That's phenomenal, because that way you're earning rewards, you're earning CBC, and then once the chain goes live, at that point you're able to stake your CBC, your node is able to validate transactions, and then you keep getting rewards. So that's if you guys want, this is actually I'll do this special for you guys actually. If anybody is trying to buy a node, if you guys use this code BRD9KNU6, you guys can get a discount. If you guys referred people, you guys are more than welcome to do that. You guys are able to get more rewards as well. So definitely check that out. But yeah, so after we kind of did the release of the CPOC node NFTs, obviously, as we're doing the rollout of the NFTs themselves, we're building the blockchain on the back end. And we came out with the Nautilus blockchain, right? So it's the same as the Zebec chain. We're just deeming it the Nautilus chain because this is a staging chain of Zebec, of the Zebec blockchain. So this is, Nautilus is the staging chain of Zebec chain before it launches, kind of similar to like Kusama is a canary network of Polkadot, or was a canary network of Polkadot. But yeah, Nautilus is the first universal L3 EVM blockchain in the whole Web3 world, right? So obviously Eclipse is helping us out build this. So shout out them. And Nautilus is featuring a modular architecture, solving basically one of the biggest problems that we see within the blockchain, the current blockchains that are out there right now, which is scalability. So the transaction execution, settlement, data availability, and consensus functions of Nautilus, they're all split and processed on separate layers. And these can be basically optimized according to like the dev's needs. So, Nautilus chain execution layer can choose basically to use EVM chains, Solana VMs, Move, basically allowing developers to freely deploy modular, summary chains for their dApps. Another cool thing that's Nautilus is bringing is basically a new burn scenario for CBC. So CBC, the token that you guys are receiving if you guys buy the CPOC node NFT, is going to be the governance token for the blockchain. So we're introducing a new token burn scenario. 50% of the tokens consumed are used for burning. 25% of the tokens are for the Zebec Foundation to promote the development and growth of the Nautilus and Zebec chain ecosystem, and 25% of these go to the validators as incentives to be rewarded, to the holders of the CPOC nodes, which are CPOC node NFTs right now. So yeah, Nautilus chain basically solves the scalability problem. If a modular structure is interrupted, won't affect other ones. And it's also going to use CK rollup technology on the execution layer, providing a lot of privacy, features that other blockchains just don't have. So I think, I think I covered pretty much everything. Hopefully, that kind of gives you guys a little bit more info on that. If you guys want to know a little bit more about Nautilus Chain, feel free to go to nautiluschain.github.io. There you guys can actually read a little bit about the docs, etc. And then this is the other one, not NAUTCHAIN, notchain.xyz. And you guys can learn a little bit more about the documents, more info on the Zebec chain, or the Nautilus chain as we're calling it right now. If anybody wants to be a part of it, feel free to go to the horizon.zebec.io. There you can buy the CPOC node NFTs I've been talking about. You guys can earn rewards right now. And then once the, Zebec chain goes live, you guys can actually, stake your CBC, earn even more rewards. And hopefully by that time, with the burn mechanism that we're introducing, the token goes, up. That's why we're, doing it. So, thank you guys again so much. Really appreciate it. Definitely let me know if you guys got any questions. Feel free to hit us up, and catch you guys on the next one.
Thanks for sharing, JJ. Looking forward to the launch of Nautilus chain. Our next project is Rambox. Rambox is an NFT-focused asset management protocol that seeks to build an infrastructure that relies on automated investments. Real, the CMO of Rambox, will talk about Rambox differs from traditional NFT fine. Hi, Real.
Hi, everyone. My name is Rio. I am a CMO in Rambox project. I am a GameFi, NFTs, and crypto enthusiast. I have actively prompted many different projects in the crypto space. Sorry. And I have been in this industry since 2019. Now I'm willing to provide some efficient and effective solutions to the growth of Rambox. So today I'm going to share with you a presentation about our project. So I hope you are going to get some value and you will know more about our project. So let's get started. So first, before we start our presentation, I want to talk first about the industry pain points in which we believe that the main reasons for the poor market liquidity are three things. The first one is the high threshold in which excessive price thresholds discourage ordinary investors and losing the market to a large base of investors. Then the second one will be like a kind of a difficulty in price discovery in which the price estimates vary greatly for user to user. And there are you cannot find any good value discovery tools in the market. Then the last one, which is the most NFTs lack practical value and holders mostly wait for the price to rise and then sell after, and few application scenarios make trading difficult. And this actually, there is someone called Gary V, and he has also a collection of NFTs called V Friends. He has said in his podcast and in many occasions that only few projects will last after 3 or 5 years because of the problem of liquidity. So he believes that most of NFT projects are suffering because of this problem. Now we're going to know more about Rambox. So Rambox is positioned to focus on NFTFi liquidity, aggregation protocol, and automated like NFTFi revenue vault operation system. Unlike traditional NFTFi, Rambox is active in a variety of possible revenue-generating NFT projects with NFT liquidity services. And Rambox can monitor the excellent NFTFi projects in the market through an intelligent trading system and arbitrage and operate funds between these projects. So users only need to compete the deposit and they can get a huge amount of income. Now we're going to talk about the project description or the functionalities. So we have the first one, which is the algorithm learning. Here, Rambox uses machine learning algorithms to build models that use past transaction data as input to make valuation predictions. And representatives projects include NFT Bank, Upshot, and Banksy. Then the next one is the market collection. And here Rambox can perform price discovery of NFT in P2P lending activities with the operation of arbitrage in lending activities. So it is necessary for the borrower and the lender to reach a consensus on pricing NFT in order to complete a transaction. So the lending platform can also act as a marketplace. Then the third point will be the price forecasting, in which Rambox can determine the valuation of NFT by maximizing the profits. So Rambox has built-in valuation system backed by liquidity. Users can run different NFT pools on Rambox and then put Ethereum liquidity into the pool, and the value of the NFT in the pool is equal to the total value of Ethereum, which is logged in the pool at any point in time. Now we're gonna move on to, these are like some few slides about the technical description and also the system advantages. So let's talk about this one now. Since the NFT like frenzy in the summer of 21, OpenSea and Ethereum's largest NFT platform has reached a lot of like huge numbers when it comes to the weekly transaction volume, and also maintained a unique wallet count of over 300,000. And considering the future of potentials, the overall market cap of blue chip NFTs is likely to exceed 5 billions. And at the same time, with emerging projects such as lending, leasing, liquidity, capital crowdfunding, and rise tokenization, the value of NFT5 will be limitless. Here we're going to talk about 3 main points again, which is the first one, lowering the threshold for the average collector or consumer, and the current barrier to enter the NFT marketplace is too high. So for existing players, there is also a problem of fragmented liquidity due to different NFT platforms. Therefore, the liquidity aggregation protocols are important practical applications. And the next one is improving transaction quality, in which fungible tokens are usually tradable with higher precisions, but NFTs in ERC 721 format can only be circulated as a whole, and there is a liquidity threshold. Then the third point will be a kind of increasing capital utilization. Unlike the traditional securities pricing, the price of NFT varies in the eyes of different collectors or investors due to its unique nature. So the ambiguity in pricing makes it more difficult for buyers and sellers to reach an agreement over the transaction, which hinders the improvement of liquidity and capital utilization. Now we're going to talk about the Rambox tokenomics. So RAM is the only governance token of Rambox which is able to perform necessary functions such as purchasing, pledging, income, NFT interactions, and participating in community governance. And the total number of RAM is 6 billion, and its distribution is as follows. The RAM, first one will be like, the RAM will be mainly used by NFT holders to participate in ecological production, and the rest can be used for staking on the Rambox platform for income. Then the second one will be like, the initial RAM circulation is distributed by IDO. And then the third one will be like, the initial overall valuation of the project is around 15 million USDT. Then the users only need to purchase RAM tokens and pledge them into the AI income vault, which is considered as participating in the investment. Now we're gonna move on to the development plan, which is the phase number 1. And here users can increase the eco contribution value through promotion and accumulate eco contribution value. And also they can receive daily platform revenue dividends through distribution of ecological contribution value. Then the third point will be a kind of the maintained revenue privileges and ecological contribution values that requires a certain amount of RAM pledged in the vault. Another point here also will be like, users who pledged RAM can get a dynamic income of 1% or 3% per day. But this one, actually, the specific value is based on the vault's revenue of the day. And the last point here will be, if the user's RAM position is less than 20,000 RAM, the contribution value of the user's account will be zeroed, and the other contribution values resulting from the user's participation will also be zeroed, and he or she will no longer share the dividends. Now we are going to move on to the phase number 2. And here Rambox will be launching a series of ecology medals at this stage to thank the users who actively promote Rambox and the various projects, communities, organizations involved in the development of Rambox ecology. So the first batch of ecology medals NFT will be airdropped to outstanding ecology contributors. And here, when it comes to the airdrop, all users with significant contributions in eco contribution value will receive Rambox's contributor medal NFT airdrop, and sharing the benefits of the unique Rambox NFT 5 Vault. Among them, airdrop priority will be given to level 6 eco contribution, and there is no cap on the number of airdrops. Here also, we're gonna know some features of the ecology medal NFT. The first one will be like each user with NFT airdrop will open a unique pledge prize pool, which has a daily return up to 5% or 60%. And one pledged RAM can be made per day. And pledge duration will be also determined by the user's eco contribution value with a minimum of 15 minutes and a maximum of 8-hour pledged reward. Then the last point will be the value medal NFT can be opened for trading later, and the trading price is 1,000 USDT or 2,000 USDT a piece. And the value medal NFT function is the same as the contributor medal NFT function, and any user can purchase them. Now we're going to talk about the last part when it comes to the development plan, and here Rambox will officially launch the RAM network and the NFT service network at the end of the full RAM network deployment, and the governance and the data validation of the RAM network will be managed and run directly by the NFT World server. So when RAM network goes live, all the treasury funds will not exist and be dropped to all RAM network node holders, and all node holders will also share the original treasury revenue across the network and becoming the real system manager of the Rambox project. Now, the second point will be the verification nodes in Rambox's chain game world service will be part of the largest decentralized NFT network on the market. There will always be only 40,000 of these nodes, and becoming a node requires a pledge of 10,000 RAM to lock the verification node qualification, and becoming a verification node gets all the benefits of the vault. So each verification node will be locked for 90 days, and after which the user can choose to withdraw from the verification node and take back the pledged RAM, or the user can choose to continue like participating in the verification node and enter the next lock-in period. Moving on to the roadmap of our project, when it comes to the second quarter of 23, RAM network will go live, and also we are aiming to launch a decentralized automated revenue network. Then when it comes to the third quarter and the fourth quarter of this year, Rambox will cover global NFT-5 projects, and also Rambox NFT-5 automated revenue system will go live. So I hope, guys, you have got some value from my presentation today, and I hope now you know more about our project Rambox. Don't forget to follow us on our social media to know more about what's coming, and thank you so much for having me. Goodbye.
Thank you, Will. We right now know more about Rambox. Our next project is Getaverse. Getaverse is building a sustainable credit protocol based on the Web3 ecosystem. It aims to create a decentralized society where identity value is owned by users, allowing users to accumulate credits in the Web3 world. Ryan, the CEO of Getaverse, will tell us more about the project. Welcome, Ryan.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ryan Chris, and I'm pleased to take part in today's activity. Today, I'm going to explain and give you a brief overview and introduction about our project, Getaverse. Getaverse is the world's first sustainable credit protocol based on Web3 ecology. When it comes to current issues, we've got some of them, which is, the first one is weak points of the industry. For example, users do not have data security and ownership, and also legal collection. Data leakage and trading of users' information have seriously infringed on users' privacy. When it comes to market challenges, we can see that the rate of growth in effective Web3 user traffic is actually slowing down. And when it comes to the last one, which is other DID project problems, all I can say is that the value is always captured by the platform and not by users. Users lack interest to participate. When it comes to the prospect of the DID market, according to a new research conducted by Grandview, the global decentralized identity market is expected to reach a whopping $102 billion by 2030, and with a compound annual growth rate of 88.2% from 2022 to 2030. When it comes to Getaverse solutions, Getaverse is building a Web3-based scalable credit protocol that enables users to have decentralized identity, own their identity value, and emphasize digital content rights. And all of this to ensure value retention in a decentralized society. And when it comes to the specific solutions, users can actually create exclusive DID identities and credit scores through the Getaverse protocol, and also participate in Web3 project ecosystems based on these identities given by the system. I'll give you some of these solutions, like Getaverse is a credit protocol that focuses on the user's credit qualification and growth. It's not about social media accounts, but it's designed to target addresses rather than those social media accounts. And there's also an aim to achieve decentralized identity addresses rather than personal information being stored inside of the blockchain. And also, the credit system has a risk control protection and warming mechanism, as well as a risk database management system. And the last one is the protocol uses asymmetric encryption algorithms to use data privacy protection to ensure users' privacy security inside of the system. So, in brief, Getaverse is aiming to create a decentralized society where identity value is owned by its users and not by companies, like what happened and what's happening in Web 2. Getaverse is actually building a sustainable credit protocol based on the Web3 ecosystem, and it allows users to accumulate credits inside of the Web3 world and the metaverse. So when it comes to our vision and mission, we at Getaverse are visioning to become the largest trusted platform based on the DID credit system, empowering the full ecological application of Web3 innovative products. When it comes to Getaverse product features, we can see that we have applications, functional applications, and extended ones. When it comes to applications, we've got Getaverse DID, SBTs and GOAT, soulbound tokens and GOAT, and the social group. And when it comes to functional applications, we've got users' privacy, data protection, DID identity credit system, and also DID identity multi-chain sharing. And when it comes to the last one, which is extended application, we've got traffic sharing and hotspot tracking, API, and the last one is interoperability between Web 2 and Web 3 application accounts. And this is what makes the Getaverse product features. When it comes to Getaverse credit risk management, all I can say is that by intelligently analyzing blockchain data, Getaverse establishes a credit evaluation model driven by historical transaction activities and also on-chain behaviors. It provides credit risk warnings and regulatory risk reduction for participants in the crypto ecosystem and helps Getaverse partners grow together. When it comes to C end users, we've got 3 tips here. The first one is that the Getaverse protocol can automatically help users identify risk addresses during transactions. And also by opening up APIs, it is actually possible to automatically block risky transaction authorizations. And the last one is risk assessment and warning management for users' credit system. When it comes to B end users, this is another thing. Like, for example, we've got filter out low-value addresses with malicious brushing behavior by screening authentic user addresses, establishing a monitoring address library to observe users' address quality when using the protocol. And the last one, which is risk control transaction monitoring to enhance the project's fund security during operation. When it comes to the ecological structure, we can see that the Getaverse DAO, the governance ecosystem, brings out the application layer, data layer, credential layer, and network layer. And this is exactly what makes the ecological structure of Getaverse. When it comes to the credit module, we've got Getaverse's credit module, and it includes Web3 application protocol, soulbound tokens basic, credit scores in detail, which makes the reaction area. And then we've got the working area, which is the data analysis, credit scoring mechanism. And last but not least, we've got decentralized data storage. And when we combine them all together, we get what we call the Getaverse credit module or the Getaverse credit protocol. When it comes to this slide, it's all about users' credit construction logic. As you can see, everything is related to each other. So in order to proceed with the credit building and to assess a credit score, you need to go through some steps, like you have to participate in social ecology. For example, taking part in online conversations, hot topic module, taking part and being active in discussion group module, and so on. And after that, the system is going to collect credit credentials, and when you meet the requirements, we're going to get your credentials, collect the credits, and then you can assess a credit score. So this is the logic behind our users' credit construction. When it comes to NFT credit score generation logic, it's all about official credit credentials, projects' credit credentials, and social graph. And also when we combine decentralized network, score model, and smart contracts in addition to users' identity, we can get what we call the credit assessment score of Getaverse. This one is about Getaverse identity applications. So when it comes to identity applications, we've got external applications, platform applications, and identity recovery. This is what makes the Getaverse identity application. When it comes to this part, it's all about credit database and risk management. For example, the protocol of Getaverse provides third-party plugins for encrypted transaction risk control and compliance technology services to global encrypted users at the user data layer. And it can also deeply be integrated into exchanges, wallets, and even dApps. So when it comes to risk management, we've got 4 in this slide. The first one is risk transaction behavior warning, meaning that the risk management module identifies risk and suspicious transactions on the blockchain by analyzing the address, capital chain, and transaction relationship. And this exact approach effectively avoids transaction risks. When it comes to the second one, which is risk address detection warning, it's all about preventing the interaction of contaminated funds with users' addresses, which could negatively impact their credit scores. Automated monitoring and risk control of encrypted assets and transactions are also conducted. When it comes to the third one, monitoring database, the Getaverse protocol supports the inclusion of a large number of high risk and low credit addresses in the main monitoring list, and also warns users of the risk when they interact with these addresses. When it comes to the last and the fourth one, we've got shareable credit protocol. And this one means that the risk management module of Getaverse support synchronous operation when any dApp is integrated with the Getaverse protocol, providing security for the ecological partners of Getaverse. And when it comes to advantages, all I can say is that it is modular, embeddable, and highly open. Any dApp or Web3 projects can adopt the Getaverse protocol and assist project operations because it is secured and trusted. When it comes to the future value of the protocol of Getaverse, there's the sustainable credit will encourage users and projects to protect their on-chain addresses and constrain their behavior. An on-chain address-based Web3 credit protocol will accelerate the implementation of decentralized finance credit market. Metaverse and Open Gamify projects will access more application scenarios through a combination of trusted DID protocols. And the last one, which is projects can actually do targeted marketing on Getaverse in order to match their needs and quickly reach the initial collection of its real users. So this is all about the future value of the Getaverse's protocol. When it comes to the DAO governance, we've got ours, which is Getaverse DAO. And it is a DAO organization managed by trusted authentication nodes. So the DAO governance mainly consists of 2 groups. The first one, which is trusted verifier nodes, meaning that the node holders will receive fixed DAO governance participation rights. And when it comes to the second types of participants, the Geta holders, meaning that users holding a Getaverse protocol DID identity can actually acquire vGeta by staking Geta tokens, our official token. And then this provides them with a proposal and voting rights, among other privileges required for participation in the DAO governance. Let's talk now about the trusted verifier nodes. So Getaverse's trusted verifier nodes are the hub of Getaverse and its ecosystem. They are responsible for maintaining the operation of Getaverse. In the Getaverse ecosystem, All data is transmitted, stored in a decentralized manner, encrypted and protected by nodes. And now here's the tricky part. The total number of trusted verifier nodes in the network is 50,000 nodes. And the price of the first 5,000 nodes is 1,200 USDT per node, 1,200 USDT per node. But this price is going to change. The price for each additional 1,000 nodes adds 200 USDT to the original price, and so on. When it comes to our tokenomics, our official token is GETA token, GETA, and we have an initial token supply of 5 billion GETA token, which is shared as in the seed round 5%, institutional round 10%, and so on. And at this moment, we are in the institutional round. We just closed the seed round a couple of weeks ago, and we evaluate the institutional round for $20 million. So this is it about our tokenomics. Let's move on to another one, which is the token consumption. When it comes to consumption scenarios, we've got the first one, which is fees incurred from accessing third-party Web3 applications will be paid by GETA token and only GETA token. The second one is that DAO governance will give users the access to vote in governance through token staking and also brings them a certain level of revenue from the staking. When it comes to holding more GETA as a crypto asset can actually improve your credit rating inside of the system. And the last one about the consumption scenario and the use of GETA token is that Web3 projects need to purchase a certain amount of GETA tokens as a fee when requiring user data or using data tools or any other platform tools. Purchased GETA tokens will be sent to a black hole address for burning, providing additional ecological value to GETA holders. Now let's move on to the second part, which is the node consumption. When it comes to this one, we've got the halving output, meaning that 55% of GETA tokens will be produced by nodes, and then making the total output 2.75 billion. However, every year, node output will be halved. The second one is operation consumption. Each node will consume network resources when it operates, meaning that the amount of consumption is related to the credit level achieved. When it comes to the third one, we've got node suspension. If the user does not pay the node fee in time within 24 hours or a day, their node output will be suspended. The user's credit will be consumed during the suspension process, and if the user's node fee is unpaid for more than 72 hours or equivalent to 3 days, the node will go offline. And the last one, deposit payment. Users can actually store the required network cost of the node in advance in the node account so that the system can deduct it automatically. So this was it about the token consumption scenario, and also the node consumption. Let's move on now to our products. So these are screenshots of our product of Getaverse, as you can all see here. And now we can move to competitor analysis. All I can say, and making a long story short, Getaverse sees an opportunity for growth, meaning that it does a comparison between crypto projects that are related to each other within the terms of the DID protocols, and we can see other projects' weaknesses, and we build on them so that we make them our strength points to be more competitive and also satisfy as many users as we can. As you can see, I'm going to give you a brief example here. For example, we've got Galaxy, Spruce, CyberConnect, and Getaverse. As you can see here, these projects, these three previous projects lack the NFT for credit accumulation, API interface for Metaverse, and DeFi facilities. And when we saw these lacks and these weak points in other projects, we decided to build on them and make them our base and also our strength points, which makes Getaverse stand out as a better and competitive project in the crypto industry. So all I can say is that Getaverse is an open and transparent ecosystem with a decentralized verification. Now let's talk about our roadmap. When it comes to Q3 and Q4 of last year, 2022, we launched our platform, our Getaverse's platform, our wallet port integrated, and also we've launched the digital identity system, the DID. And this is, of course, in addition to the DAO governance, which is launched, the SBT-based credit system, and so on. And when it comes to this year, Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4 of this year, 2023, we're aiming for new highs, new levels. So we'd like to activate the multifunctional API interface, connect with the Metaverse world, connect more with Web3, have a lot of partnerships, start the NFT format mapping of DID identity, provide analysis of quality user behavior, implement Getaverse DAO to establish a powerful governance authority for the blockchain society, and so on. So this was a brief about our roadmap. Now let's talk about our core team. As you can see, I am the CEO, Ryan Chris, and our CTO is Ahil Rajavaram, our CMO is Brucey, and our advisor is Dr. Wang. So these are the 4 core team, and we have 20 plus people working from all over the world, team members. Like, for example, some of them are in Turkey, Singapore, etc. We work in different time zones so that we can all work for the project and make our project come to real life and satisfy as many users and investors as we can. This specific slide is about our partners, aka projects. As you can see, there are a lot of emojis there, a lot of logos. So Getaverse strategic partners. Currently, Getaverse has over 60 strategic partnerships, including DeFi, Web3 infrastructure, NFT, GameFi, DAO, SocialFi, you name it, we have it. So this is the Getaverse ecology, and it is actually expected to expand as more Web3 project joins, leading to an increased interconnectivity among users and their data. As a result, Getaverse will become a trusted Web3 traffic protocol that will enable the healthy development and application of all Getaverse's projects. So all I can say is stay tuned for more. This one is about our partners' IP. So Getaverse has actually signed exclusive agreements with more than 30 IP members. Getaverse projects will have the exclusive right to create collaborative IP series of NFTs and their NFT derivatives. And among these partners, the partners' IPs cover world-famous soccer players, modern artists, celebrities, humanity artists, and illustrators. This is another slide about these artists and their NFTs. And when it comes to Web3 awareness, so far we have more than 60 partnerships with Web3 projects. We've got more 30 plus inclusive IPs and 8,000 plus Getaverse verifier nodes up and running and functioning till this day. When it comes to our project progress, global events, Web3 has participated in, like Getaverse, has been among the participants in Web3 offline event in Lisbon, Portugal. It was also in a roundtable in San Francisco, United States. We've been in a yacht party in New York, and also the New Year VIP banquet in Vancouver, Canada, in addition to a Web3 private meeting in Denver, United States, and the last one, which is Web3 and AI offline conference in San Francisco, United States. So this was it about our project progress and our global events. These are our social media. So if you'd like to get more in touch with our project, if you'd like to be part of our vision, our journey, our mission, make sure to follow us on our socials and we'll keep you up to date. Thank you very much.
Thanks for sharing, Ryan. Hope Getaverse can reach the goal. Our next project is Seer. Seer is a set of Web3 social value discovery protocols to make encounters more valuable. Today, Seer's ambassador Zoey will introduce the product in detail. Hi Zoey, it's your time right now.
Hi guys, this is Zoey from Seer platform, and I'm so happy to be here to have a a presentation to explain what Seer is and what we're doing right now. Okay, so next it's time for me to introduce the Seer. Okay, so what kind of project is it? Seer is the Web3 social value discovery protocol. So the reason we choose to do a Web3 is because Web2 social generally has user data ownership issues, data privacy issues, and data revenue rights issues, right? So Web3 perfectly solved the problems we're worrying about. Then the idea of making a Seer protocol came to our mind. So let me explain the underlying logic of Seer. So which is actually an interesting thing for me. So the underlying logic of Seer is from the economic attention and social communication is the rigid demand of almost every user, and social platforms hold a large amount of user traffic, right? Yeah, and also behavior data, so which contains huge commercial value, and its essence is user attention. Well, the Seer value discovery protocol is based on the open data connection and unique algorithm on the user chain. Through the ownership and income rights of users' data, the user's attention assets are monetized to the user. So Seer set up market-based bidding to confirm the value of user attention with the different on-chain labels and design high-quality data models and provide them to global Web3 project parties. So based on the adjustment of the free bidding mechanism in the global market, so the two parties reach consensus on attention pricing. And actually, we have developed a server based on the Seer protocol that can replace Discord is that Seer space. So Seer space is the starting point of all the organizational structures, proposals, voting, finance, and capital management, transaction, and community affairs are all happening here. So to meet the needs of more Web3 new scenarios. So the difference between Seer and Discord is that Seer is the Web3 world oriented, and we tend to go for more quality project partners like GameFi or NFT, or DeFi. So okay. The next part is a Seer sociality, and we can also see a structure very clearly, right? So through the Seer social platform, you can connect with the many Web3 applications like Discord, and based on the E2E encryption brings together professional and diverse Web3 application scenarios on the top of powerful social scenarios, and DAO governance and the large-scale operation of project communities, votes, and gating robots, third-party plugins, and other functions. So based on user unified onto data, provide powerful and native level services that far exceed Web 2. So it's kind of like a powerful space in the room logic perfectly organized the application side and the user, and numerous functional details are designed for Web 3. And the next part is a Seer SDID. So SDID is launched by Seer with the Web3 as the iconic domain name suffix, which is also the brand digital identity domain name of Seer. So as the core of its early DID system. So we all know that the domain names and so early access to quality domain name resources undoubtedly has a specific right to speak in the future Web3 world. And the Web3 domain name system is a one-time registration system with a single fee for lifetime use, and Web3 domain name is an NFT, so can be traded in the trading market actually. Okay, and the next part is the Seer AOE area of effect. We call AOE ADS as the visitor flow rate for Web3. So AOE means that area of effect. So simply put, is an advertising function with the private traffic, and it is one of the core functions of the Seer value discovery protocol. So rely on the increasingly powerful Seer social platform. AOE launches activities for each project party with their traffic demand and influences high quality Web3 users in the certain range, and also heats up the event's traffic and makes the events no longer limited to its own user group. So it can obtain more exposure and attention. So let the events more exciting release. And on the other hand, ADS and the AOE function can conduct more accurate marketing and get more traffic for projects. So through AOE, projects can deliver various activities to public domain users of the Seer social protocol. So get more brand publicity and attract the high quality Web3 users of Seer to their own communities. So, as users, AOE means a view to earn, view activities to earn incentives. So, through AOE, qualified users can earn token incentives through watching activities, just like the underlying Web2 logic of returning the income of user attention to users themselves. So, user can get a Web3 top stream traffic and accurately locates based on on-chain group stratification and on-chain label identification. So this will help high-quality Web3 projects to produce stronger curation output and accurate feedback. So when it comes to the DSN, it means distributed server node, the latest global blockchain technology, dynamic NFT is used as the equity container of a Seer social data distributed the storage node, and the value changes of the server are are simple in real time on the chain to accurately grasp the income dynamics. And there are 3 benefits actually. So 1, configure an alpha plus beta revenue machine for your Web3 traffic, and 2, obtain DAO-related project approval and review voting rights to obtain long-term token rewards, and 3, continuously obtain more rights and interest of Seer, and enjoy super bargaining rights due to the scarcity. So actually, DSN, it helps competent community practitioners to take the lead in establishing a solid revenue pipeline in the new Web3 world. Okay, the next part is about the Seer Technic architecture. So Seer Technic team has a mature and stable core technology formation and long-term R&D values. And after months of deliberation and architecture, Seer has presented a combination of various Web3 application modules based on the architecture design of a social organic closed loop, so which integrates the architecture of a Web3 and the essence of a Web2. So the total technology R&D value is equivalent to the like 6 and 7 independent Web3 projects on the market. Okay, and let's get to the roadmap. So recently, we have reached the end of the development of the 3 pieces of the products, like plugin, the website, and application. So many original features are being designed and beautified in iterative versions every day. So the launch of our initial product metrics will represent the completion of our first milestone. So our strategic direction now is to take social underlay as our core competency in the early stage and merge middleware business. So like DID, on-chain tagging, on-chain message listening, peer social, and mapping business bring more convenience and for users. So Seer aggregates multiple Web3 application scenarios to form a complete social closed loop. So we rely on the core team with more than 5 years experiences in the blockchain development. It is developed day and night. So we will launch different versions in the batches and keep one version for use and one version for testing. So it's separate on-chain function from social functions. So it will brings in more complete Web3 experiences. So the next part is a Seer team introduction. So actually, the team has many years of Web2 technology research and development skills and have accumulated more than 5 years of Web3 blockchain research and development technology. So it is good at anticipating trends according to the market demand and quickly sorting out and learning from global competitors. High efficiency, strong technology, heavy application. So actually, I personally speaking, I have a strong confidence in a Seer team because we always do the best and we always devote ourselves to develop a good application for our users to have amazing experiences in our platform. Okay, this is all the introduction of the Seer platform. I hope you already have a detailed understanding of us. If you're interested in us, you can follow our social accounts like Twitter, and we have a lot of recent airdrops and surprises waiting for you. So I'm Zoey from Seer. I hope you have a good experiences in the crypto world. Bye.
Thanks, Zoe. Looking forward to Seer's next move. Thank you, guys. Well, how time flies. We have to say goodbye right now. All the projects have done really great job. Thank you so much for coming and sharing today. Really, I really appreciate it. Our audience, and thanks for our audience to come. If you're still interested in these projects, you can go check out their official sites to get more details. And don't forget to visit askcabins.com to win free NFTs, and we will continue holding LinkNow events in the future. More rewards will be delivered on the X Cabin platform, and you can stay tuned for that. See you next time. Thanks for coming.